If the White Sox are going to go where they're going to go, Lance Lynn has to pitch to a 1, and José Abreu has to do what he's been doing recently at the plate, D-Row.
Yeah, I almost feel like if the White Sox are going to go where they need to go, they need to have a players-only meeting and kind of lock it in. And you know who needs to speak in it? This dude. Because this is like, I always say this when I watch him hit. He reminds me of they don't do it the same way, but their approach is very similar in how they're able to massage the ball to all parts of the field. He reminds me of the right-handed version of Freddie Freeman and what Freddie means to a lineup, kind of that sinus rhythm bat. Everything can get hot and cold from time to time, but he doesn't deviate. And I think they got off to a tough start because he was so ice cold. The first 32 games, José Abreu in the middle of the lineup there, a 197 batting average with no damage, couple RBIs, wasn't getting on base, obviously. Small sample size. Everyone has a tough month, and what happens? The great hitters click it in. 344, 6 bombs, 16 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .465, and an OPS north of 1,000. So he is absolutely on fire. And I want to go through his 6 home runs, okay? And we'll take a look at how he goes about it and what makes him so successful. Then we'll break him down side angle from his rookie year. There's not a lefty alive that's going to be able to really beat José Abreu up because of his approach. He is not a guy that's thinking of pulling that baseball, okay? Watch him drop his hands in the slot. So run that back for me real quick. That's a situation and leave it for me. What I mean by that, José Abreu is a guy just like Freddie Freeman who's thinking about hitting line drive over the shortstop's head every time up. Jose reminds me of a guy that if I talk to him, he's thinking up the middle, right center bullet, okay? And so what does that do? That keeps you on everything. So a Nestor Cortez, if he's covering heater away and then he's able to recognize cutter in, his bat's in the zone for such an extended period of time that I'm covering heater away that he just pulls his hands in and rolls the pole, and there's no way this ball's beating him to the spot. So run this real quick. So left-handed pitching, we'll get into a couple boards in a second. Left-handed pitching's no match for him. Hyun-Jin Ryu's got nothing for him, and Hyun-Jin Ryu has been darn good in this league for a long time, but he's got the captain, Lou Albano, rubber band on his chin. Shane McClanahan, we've chronicled him. He's been one of the best in the business in 2022, but he's locked in. Bring up the board versus left-handed pitchers. So if you're thinking up the middle the other way, and you create lag, and you keep your bat head in the zone for a long time, and you're a good right-handed hitter, there's really nowhere a lefty can go unless you get into that, back in the day, those John Lesters and those Al Leiters that kind of move the plate on you and turn 17 inches into 20 inches with that hard cutter in. Take a look at them versus left-handed pitchers, 2022 splits versus career splits, okay? 310 batting average this year. I mean, more of the same. Look at his career numbers. A 936 OPS against left-handed pitching, and that's done by design. That's what he's able to do, and not too shabby a 750 off right-handed pitchers. So let's keep going. Because you're seeing the maturation, and then last night, his bomb. 2-1 slider that he's able to take out to left center. And then in the 9th inning, he gets an 0-0 heater. This ball's destroyed. Taken BP and Comerica a million times. And it's hard to get it up there. Run that back for me. It's hard to get it up there in BP. I mean, this is heater middle away. Most guys pull that over when they're not going good and ground out to shortstop or third base. Nope. That is backspun up the middle, kind of leaking, almost like a cut shot. So leave this right here. Bring up the next board for me real quick. Somebody's learned to ambush some people in their career. I don't think this was originally his MO, but it has become his MO as he's starting to understand how guys want to pitch him and how he's matured as a hitter. You take a look at 2022, 357. I mean, in an 0-0 count, you better not miss over the heart of the plate. Don't give me that get me over fastball or little rinky curveball, or he is going to the bridge on it. Pretty unbelievable. And then how I always like to tie it up, kind of seeing the evolution of what guys do at the plate. I want to see what he looks like his rookie year when he first breaks in, coming over as one of the best hitters Cuba's ever had. Take a look at this. So he's made adjustments, right? Guys get more athletic. The thing I noticed that jumps off the page at me is his body is way better now than it's ever been. I mean, locked in. Look at him, lean and mean. Kind of leaning back here, almost like Carlos Lee back in the day to Caballo. So more into his backside, eliminating movement, getting into his back hip. He's just got way more whip, way more pop right now, and he was darn good right there. Take a look at his spray chart. You talk about not being able to defend him. Unshiftable. We talked about Yordan Alvarez being an unshiftable player. I mean, this says it all. He could take you to all parts of the field. Look at his singles. Predominantly, most of his knocks are through the middle and up the middle into right field. So just shooting that ball whenever he needs to. His doubles are the other way. And if you hang something, he'll take you left center. There's not a lot of pull in this game. So I don't know if the White Sox get it going. It's still 100 games left in the season, Robert. They certainly got to do something to figure it out. They've been dealing with a ton of injuries.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Tony La Russa with the fans. But if anybody's going to help them get it on track, it's going to be him.